Stocks just can't seem to stop going up. So is it going to be 7 weeks in a row of green? Well, the survey says that investors think we're going to get to 6,000 before the end of the year in a grind higher, which pretty much means we're going to keep going higher. And survey says that earnings are more important than the elections. As of right now, 45% of participants do say that the earnings are more important than the election. So, all right, so earnings, election, Fed cuts, pretty much means that if the wall of worry is going to get climbed at the end of earnings and after the election, which would be at the end of next month, that's going to be over. But at the same time, the 10-year note is actually poking back above its 50 weekly moving average in a very scary area. If you remember the video I did with Jerome where I said very scary, that's this one right here. Eek, right? That's exactly what it feels like to me. Eek. So what's going to drive stocks higher? Maybe it's going to be Nvidia. Nvidia is going to have a very high chance of driving the market higher. So please make sure you watch all the way until the end, because I do have a hot tip for you as well. So you're probably wondering, like, what do I do with what you just told me? Well, that's part of what I'm trying to do today. I pretty much just told you that there's reasons why the market could go higher. And if the market is a future discount mechanism which loves certainty, and we're going to grind higher, what are the things we're worried about right now as we continue to climb that wall of worry? Well, I pretty much just told you that's the election and also earnings. Earnings are going to be more important. I think that's why we're having a hard time holding on to extreme greed. If we go here to our timeline from before into extreme greed, and we start to really go sideways, but the rally holds up and the rally continues. So that's really what I'm thinking of here. If we can finally get through this major catalyst here of earnings and the election, hey, that's done. The earnings season has really just started. So if the beach ball is underwater, and right now we're going to do a reset of what we did this time before. Tap number 1, hold it underwater. Tap number 2, hold it underwater. Shoot over, back test. Well, now I would expect that same thing. Tap number 1, tap number 2. It's just happening in a much shorter interval, which means it's happening faster. It's happening on lower volume. So tap number 1, tap number 2. If on tap number 3 we get above and we back test, hey, that means that what used to be a resistance is turning into support. And that is a beautiful thing. Even if we are extended, even if it looks like we can't go higher. Why? Because this is the stock market, baby. Stonks like to go up. We look over here. Look at how many green weeks happen in a row without really much of a breather. Okay. What happened over here? Look how many green weeks in a row without much of a breather. Okay. What about this one here? It's only just really starting. It could just be starting. I hope so. It's part of what I'm banking on. And remember, we have these things we look for. We look for support and resistance. As long as we are above support, above the pivot, and we're in blue sky territory above resistance, what is that? It's bullish. It's a matter of how bullish. We also have a very key recipe here, which we're going to follow if we're actually going to get bearish. It's not complicated. We're looking for a 4-step recipe. We're not going to have a beautiful bearish cake if we're not able to go through all the ingredients in order. So far, we don't even have number 1. So sorry, bears, you guys suck right now, at least on this time frame. All right, pushing forward. So it's going to be a grind to 6,000, but I'm going to ask you for a huge favor first. If you could please consider smashing that thumbs up or subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you ahead of time. So we're going to go to 6,000 in a grind higher, but what do people really say is going to be the path forward here? Blah, blah, blah. Earnings will give the S&P fuel to rally. Cool. We've been talking about that. After Tesla, the other so-called Magnificent Seven members report starting later this month. And I just showed you like before that Tesla is supposed to beat earnings. Let me see if I can pull that up really faster because, man, these stocks are going to crush it. We talked about it, and this looks good, right? I like when stocks go up. I think you guys do too. So looking here to this week, we have some reporting tomorrow morning. GM, 3M, Raytheon, Freeport, GE, Lockheed Martin, Philip Morris. Yeah, those are pretty big companies. And what are we expecting? Beat. All beats. And even Tesla here, double-digit beat. So that's the first Magnificent Seven. Now we go back to here, and all right, 4 minutes into the video, let's keep pushing forward. So the catch-up in the Magnificent Seven after a lackluster quarter last time is a compelling trade to look to right now. Why? Because that's what everyone's watching for, NVIDIA. If it's going to be about NVIDIA and then also the Magnificent Seven, what does that mean? Hey, charts want to go up. And the NASDAQ right now is not actually a new blue sky territory. It needs to rejoin the club, rejoin the party, because right now it's not there. So, that means that there's a catch-up trade. Yeah, look at Amazon. Let's look at Amazon here on a daily chart. Why? Well, this is what Anastasia's talking about. The lackluster earnings last time, they lowered the bar. Now the bar got lowered even more, but the chart's still going out, right? Pop, flag, pop, flag, pop. Is it going to pop again? Well, she's saying that's a good, compelling trade. What does the volume say? Man, it looks strong. Looks like there's no sellers. Looks like there's actually lots of buyers. Look at these couple of days right here. Was that stop loss hunting? Sure looks like it. All right, pushing forward. So if that's what we're looking at going into here, we talked about what's very scary. And then also that the dollar and the 2-year note and the 10-year note are all pretty much giving us swing algos, which means the weekly chart's trying to go up. If we're back above the 50 MA, and this is a really important key neckline here of 4.33, and we're already above the 50 MA, and we're basically back above a key pivot going back to 1998. That's terrible. This better be a head and shoulders. Otherwise, we could be heading for some pain. All right, pushing forward. So it's all about NVIDIA. Where's that number one stock pick, Justin? You told me it was coming. All right, hollow candles persist. I'm not going to go through anything else. There's a couple of earnings. We'll skip that for now. Look at this one here. So if what's most important is earnings, well, look at how hard these guys are trying for the election. Here's Mr. Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, working at McDonald's. Here's a headline. McDonald's tells workers it doesn't endorse political candidates after Trump visit. Here's what's so interesting is that McDonald's is like a really important thing for a lot of people in this area. And Trump, look at him here, right? He's working pretty hard. I'm actually pretty impressed he did this. Why? This is relatable for the common person. And Pennsylvania seems so important right now. And he's like, yeah, what do I do? I love these Frenchy fries. They taste so good. How much salt did you guys put in? Yeah, look how much salt we put in. So much. But this right here just tells me that he's willing to do things that he probably wouldn't otherwise. We know he loves McDonald's, right? He loves it. When he invites people over, he has McDonald's. So what's going to happen to America? Well, right now, it looks like an everything rally. The dollar is up. All right, there's your hot tip. We'll come back to that in a second here. So it's the everything rally. Dollar, look at that thing. Rocket ship higher. Woof. Right, that's a big move. U.S. 10-year note also going up. Wow. Okay, what about S&P? Oh, my God, also going up. Yes. What about gold? Oh, my God, also going up. Yes. What about Bitcoin? No, Bitcoin can't be going up, right? Not if all these other things are going up. It's trying, right? I think I can. Maybe it's going to finally break over. All right. So here's your hot tip. It's Dexcom. Talked about this one on the weekend. Went through it on the stream this morning. And I'll leave you a video if you want to watch that now. So here's the hot tip. We're getting a continuation alert for a swing algo, which is good for up to 3 months. If you want to find out more, watch the video now, queued up here on the left-hand side. If not, maybe you want to come hang out with me at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks so much.